I was just watching a video. The title was "What's Wrong with Abortion" or "The Problem with Abortion," and right off the get, I'm gonna be saying, unless you have experienced it, I personally believe you shouldn't have too much of a say on or against it. That's just my first thought. Going further into this, I believe in abortions because it is a real thing. I agree with abortions depending on the circumstance. There's different reasons why people, or women, not people, just women, do get abortions. And those are their reasons. They have no obligation to tell you or me. But again, if you haven't been in that situation or you haven't had to experience that, just leave it alone. Just like legitimately leave it alone. Going even more in depth with this, I agree to an extent about abortions. Most of it, I don't agree. I don't agree with people treating abortions as birth control. Like, oops, I got pregnant, now I have to go kill this kid. Like, no, that's wrong. You don't use it as a form of birth control. Bitch, go get birth control. And there's also like Plan B. So if you don't want to take that chance of, getting pregnant, and if you know for a fact that you're not in the position to take care of the child, there is Plan B. There is birth control. There are condoms. There's female condoms. There's male condoms. The female ones are weird though. Well, I think they're weird. So there is so many options you have before you treat abortion as a form of birth control, because it's not. And for people who want to just play it off as it is, they're wrong. I don't care who you are. If you agree with that or not, I will tell you 100% you're wrong if you use abortion as a form of birth control. It's just wrong. So that I don't agree with. And when I say, if you haven't experienced it or if you've never been in a situation where abortion is a part of the situation or a solution to the situation or whatever, and when I say you shouldn't have too much of a comment, you should believe you have your own opinions, and I will never say that you shouldn't have your own opinions. You should, but I don't think you should be able to go and tell other people that they are wrong or anything, and as that, like going to tell a woman you're wrong for having an abortion. Well, have you experienced it? Have you ever been in a situation where that had to be a possibility? No? Then shut the fuck up. Okay. Sorry, my glasses are glaring and it keeps bugging me. Now, let me go deeper into this. December 2013. Actually, let's go back further. To like September 2013. I had sex with somebody, and during that, I conceived a child. But I didn't know until November. So then we're going to fast forward to November. November 2nd, 2013, I dropped my aunt and uncle off at the airport because they were going to Cabo for a vacation, because they do that like once a year. I think 1 year they went twice actually. It just felt like that, like where it was that a possibility, whatever. Okay, so it's November 2nd, 2013. I drive them to the airport, and at this time, I've been feeling a little sick for like a month or two, and I couldn't explain why. Like, I just thought I had the stomach flu, but it wasn't going away. So after I dropped them off at the airport really early, I went to the emergency room. And, they ran all these tests. They asked me what was wrong. I was like, I've been feeling really sick, really nauseous lately. I don't know why. I think I might have a stomach flu, but it's not going away. So, they do all these tests and all that stuff. And then they come back into the room and they tell me I'm pregnant. Well, in my head, I didn't believe it. I was like, are you sure? I think you have the wrong chart. Like, it's not true. Because I've actually had that happen. Someone grabbed the wrong chart. The other patient's name was Samantha. They grabbed the wrong chart, and they're like, oh, you're pregnant. And I was like, excuse me? And then they're like, oh, wait, what's your last name? I was like, they're like, never mind. So, in my head, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, you must have grabbed the wrong chart. It's happened before. Whatever. I was like, nah, you might want to double check your facts. And they told me with the urinalysis, it was positive. And through the blood, it was positive. So, needless to say, I was pregnant. And I start freaking out. I'm not even gonna lie. I freak out. I have cystic fibrosis. At this time, I was living with my aunt and uncle. I wasn't like dating the father. There's just so many things that were I was just kind of like, fuck. Now, November 21st comes around, and that is my birthday, but also November 21st, 2013, I had a doctor's appointment. It was a pulmonology appointment, meaning it was for my lungs. But at that time, literally all my doctors were in the same office, because it was the office side of the hospital, and I had to go in there and I had to tell them, and from a lungs perception. From the lung side, I was dead. Like, the baby would have done nothing to me, lung-wise. I might have taken a little beating, and I might have had a little low lung function for a little bit. But that was really it. Now, they went and, because I told them that, so I told my pulmonologist, and he goes and gets my endocrinologist, which is my diabetic doctor, and then when he went and got my GI doctor, And so it is literally me and 3 of my doctors, plus this. Hello. Hi.
How are you doing?
Okay. How are you? I'm super itchy. So, at this point, I'm in the doctor's office with 3 of my doctors. The GI doctor is like, you have a swollen spleen, you have a swollen liver. There's literally no place for a baby to grow in you. My diabetes doctor was like, it's so risky. You really shouldn't do it because it is so risky. You could potentially lose the child anyways, or it could be, born with all these problems. You could potentially die. There's just nothing good that any of them had to say. And that sucks. So around my birthday time is when I was having to think about one of the biggest decisions I had ever had to make, and one that would affect my life forever, and and it sucked a lot.
It's that time of year.
I keep having to pause because I keep getting interrupted because I'm in the hospital and nurses keep going in and out. So yeah, my birthday, I'm making a huge decision. And I talked through it with like my dad and the father and I decide that I would never want to risk killing my child or me dying and leaving a kid without a mom, or both of us dying and then leaving my family without me or the baby. And it was just a lot to consider, and I made that decision with help. Like, they didn't tell me, yeah, you have to do it, or you definitely need to do it. They're more just like, well, are you really willing to risk everything? And I was like, I am. Like, I'm not if I knew for a fact that if I knew for a fact that me and the baby would have been fine, or the baby just would have been fine, I would have taken that risk. But there was no guarantee. There wasn't even a 20% chance of that. So, December 10th, 2013, I go into the women's clinic and I have the abortion. And I've hated myself for so long for doing that. So long. And to be honest, I regret it every day. And then about January, February, I go and get my tubes tied. That way I can't ever risk that happening again and feeling all of those feelings again and wanting to just die. So, and usually unless you're 25 and you have 2 kids, they don't want to tie your tubes in case you decide you do want children. Well, that was never a thought in my mind. I always wanted children. So, I just kind of couldn't for medical reasons. And so when I say, unless you've been in that situation or a position where it has to happen, you shouldn't speak about it. You can have your opinion, but don't go online and shove your opinion down other people's throats. And I still have people on my Facebook that will post, well, abortion is wrong, and all this other shit. And I was like, yeah, I actually agree with you. Abortion sucks. But at this point in time, I'm agreeing because it sucks and it hurts the mother. It kills me. Every fucking day it kills me. And then we can't even forget the fathers. And usually the fathers try not to break down because they're trying to be strong for the mother who had to just make this decision and is more than likely either hating themselves or just numb sometimes. So, I don't believe in using it as a form of birth control. I believe if you get pregnant and you don't want the baby, I honestly think you should put it up for adoption because that baby actually would have an opportunity in life. But that's my little story time or response. So, yeah. Unfortunately, this is a very sad topic for me, and I'm going to go cry now. So, everybody have a good night, and stay safe, happy, and healthy.